What is the difference between digital reading and online reading, and what do you need to know so you can help your students? Hi everyone, I'm Lee Hall from Literacy Teachers, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications because I put out new videos each week. So today we're talking about digital versus online reading, and they might sound the same, but there's actually some very important differences that you need to be mindful of as you're helping your students develop their reading abilities. So let's start with digital reading. So yes, online reading is a form of digital reading. I'm not going to argue that, but there are some really important distinctions here to make in terms of how it's typically talked about in the literature. So digital reading, think about it as reading an e-reader, right? You reading your Kindle, okay? It is an online book that it's on your tablet. It's not even really online because you can download it and read it offline, right? But you acquired it in an online space. But you're reading it in a digital format. It doesn't require a lot of special skills, right? You know how to turn a page on an ebook. That's kind of it, right? It really mimics traditional print in a lot of ways in terms of how you go about reading it. It's pretty straightforward. Now, digital books can include videos, they can include graphics, right? They can and even include hyperlinks. But those things are typically bound to the text. So if you watch a video in a digital text, it's a video that was made to support comprehension of that text, right? If there's a hyperlink, it's probably linking you to someplace else in that text. So typically, right, there's hyperlinks for table of contents. The index might be hyperlinked. There might be some things inside the book itself that when you click on it, take you to a specific reference if you want to see that. So it's all very bound, right? You're not leaving the book, and what the information that's in there is controlled by the author and the publisher. So if you're comfortable with the author and the publisher, then you should be comfortable with that material. You shouldn't be questioning the validity and reliability of that material. You're not going outside the text. Now, compare this to online reading, which, though it's happening in a digital environment, does look very different. So online reading, once you find that text that you want to read, it's going to have hyperlinks, it's going to have graphics, right? It's going to have videos. It could, right, have any of those things. And it can send you off to other places. So if I make a web page, I might link to a video on YouTube, but if you click on it, it's going to take you to my YouTube channel. And then from there, you are not necessarily going to go back to the page that you were just reading. You might start digging through my videos, okay? And then you might notice that other videos are being recommended to you by different people. So you might start clicking on those, and you might get further and further away from the original text that you started reading, okay? So it's not, when you're online reading, it's not bound and contained in a, confined space. It's everything, right? You can get into any and everything out there. So the other thing also with online reading is you can share what you're reading. A lot of websites will have, share on Twitter, share on Facebook, etc., right? You can share this with other people. You can leave comments, okay, on a lot of these places, and you can engage in discussions with others about what you read. You can't do that with an ebook, right? Not in this manner. When you're doing online reading, no two people are going to read these texts the same way. They're going to create very unique and different experiences for every reader. Whereas with a digital reader, with a Kindle, with an ebook, while yes, some people might read, read more or less of the text, or reread things, or read things in a different order, whatever, the experiences are not going to be that diverse. Whereas with online reading, they open it up to a host of diverse reading experiences, okay? You can leave the text, like I said, and never return, right? You can click off and just follow down a rabbit hole. And so students are going to need help engaging with all these features. And what we're going to be doing here is having a series on digital literacies and online reading and everything that you need to know and teach your students so that they can be successful in terms of being able to read and comprehend not just digital text, but also these online texts. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all my videos. And if you're interested in receiving additional tips, head down to the comments sorry, not the comments, head down to the show notes and you will see a link where you can sign up to get to join an email list where you will get weekly tips and strategies to enhance your literacy instruction to inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success.